Good morning. Patricia, Dr. Patricia Cherin, she does a poetry fair for us. And I think this is coming up the fifth year. The fifth year. We asked her, I think maybe a couple years ago, we had the Joslyn Community Center Poetry Club challenge us and come out to the campus. We're out of Cal State Dominguez Hills. So this year we thought it was good that we would come back and reciprocate. And we didn't know we were going to have the young with us, so it's going to make it difficult, but it's going to be an exciting time. So let me introduce her really quick, it's real brief. But Dr. Cherin is a professor emeritus of Interdisciplinary Studies at Cal State Dominguez Hills and vice president of the Cal State Dominguez Hills Emeritus Faculty Association. She currently teaches in the Humanities Master of Arts HUX program. She's the author of Journey in Flagrante, Level 4 Press, and 2 chapbooks. Cherin says that poetry chose her rather than her choosing it. For me, it's a journey through poetry, says Cherin, of her book. The first poem has to do with what to do in order to become a poet. The last poem has to do with poetry being intellectual, clear, and satisfying. Let's bring up Dr. Cherin.
Thank you so much, Lamargo. Okay. Good morning and welcome to the Joslyn Community Center here in Manhattan Beach. It is a beautiful day. I want to thank Lamargo, Washington. I want to thank the OLLI program at Cal State Dominguez Hills. That's the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute program. I've been involved with them for many years. And I really want to thank Jan and the people here at the Joslyn Center who have been so hospitable. As you know, parking is very difficult in Manhattan Beach, so I clamored for a spot. I see familiar faces. I see new faces. Welcome to the students from Maricosta High School. I am so pleased that you are involved with poetry. You have a whole lifetime ahead of you to enjoy it and contribute to it. And welcome to the seniors from Manhattan Beach. Norman is videotaping us. Norman Morris videotapes many of the events at Cal State Dominguez Hills. So when you're reading your poem, if you choose not to be videotaped, let him know and he will turn the videotape machine off. I thought first I would read some famous, well-known American poets. Then I would read for the second part a little bit some of my poetry. For the third part, that's the best part, that's the contributors' poetry. And so we have a sign-up sheet. We have several people from OLLI who are going to read, and about 5 of our honored high school guests who are going to read their poems. Then for the fourth part, I thought we might have an informal discussion about poetry, about poems, and about the genre of poetry. And for that, I made up some handouts that we can just use as prompts and have a discussion. So I'm going to begin with that old stalwart, okay, of American poetry, Walt Whitman. And he truly was a prescient American poet. I mean, he understood the roots of democracy, but also I think he understood what democracy could become and what America could become. So I'm just going to read the beginning of Song of Myself from Leaves of Grass from the mid-19th century. And I'm going to read the beginning and the end. So just about up to line 37 to begin. How many of you know Song of Myself, Walt Whitman? Okay. When you go on Jeopardy and you're asked to name the most famous American poet from the 19th century, your answer is Walt Whitman. And this is perhaps his most famous poem. I celebrate myself, and what I assume, you shall assume, for every atom belonging to me as good belongs to you. I loaf and invite my soul. I lean and loaf at my ease, observing a sphere of summer grace. Houses and rooms are full of perfumes. The shelves are crowded with perfumes. I breathe the fragrance myself and know it and like it. The distillation would intoxicate me also, but I shall not let it. The atmosphere is not a perfume. It has no taste of the distillation. It is odorless. It is for my mouth forever. I am in love with it. I will go to the bank by the wood and become undisguised and naked. I am mad for it to be in contact with me. The smoke of my own breath echoes, ripples, and buzzed whispers, loveroot, silk thread, crotch, and vine, my respiration and inspiration, the beating of my heart, the passing of blood and air through my lungs, the sniff of green leaves and dry leaves, and of the shore and dark-colored sea rocks, and of hay in the barn. The sound of the belched words of my voice, words loosed to the eddies of the wind. A few light kisses, a few embraces, a reaching around of arms, the play of shine and shade on the trees as the supple boughs wag, the delight alone, or in the rush of the streets, or along the fields and hillsides, the feeling of health, the full noon trill, the song of me rising from bed and meeting the sun. Have you reckoned 1,000 acres much? Have you reckoned the earth much? Have you practiced so long to learn to read? Have you felt so proud to get at the meaning of poems? Stop this day and night with me, and you shall possess the origin of all poems. You shall possess the good of the earth and sun. There are millions of suns left. You shall no longer take things at second or third hand, nor look through the eyes of the dead, nor feed on the specters in books. You shall not look through my eyes either, nor take things from me. You shall listen to all sides and filter them from yourself. I have heard what the talkers were talking, the talk of the beginning and the end, but I do not talk of the beginning or the end. There was never any more inception than there is now, nor any more youth or age than there is now, and will never be any more perfection than there is now, nor any more heaven or hell than there is now. Urge and urge and urge, always the procreant urge of the world. Those are the first 37 lines of this more than 1,000 line poem, and here are the last few lines. I love Whitman, there are such wisdoms here. Do I contradict myself? Very well then, I contradict myself. I am large, I contain multitudes. I concentrate toward them that are nigh, I wait on the doorstep. Who has done his day's work and will soonest be through with his supper? Who wishes to walk with me? Will you speak before I am gone? Will you prove already too late? The spotted hawk swoops by and accuses me. He complains of my gab and my loitering. I too am not a bit tamed. I too am untranslatable. I sound my barbaric yawp over the roofs of the world. The last scud of day holds back for me. It flings my likeness after the rest, and true as any on the shadowed wilds, it coaxes me to the vapor and the dusk. I depart as air. I shake my white locks at the runaway sun. I effuse my flesh in eddies and drift it in lacy jags. I bequeath myself to the dirt to grow from the grass I love. If you want me again, look for me under your boot soles. You will hardly know who I am or what I mean, but I shall be good health to you nevertheless, and filter and fiber your blood. Failing to fetch me at first, keep encouraged. Missing me one place, search another. I stop somewhere waiting for you. So that's Walt Whitman. And the last poet that I'm going to read from the American canon is Lucille Clifton. And she is a contemporary. Walt Whitman, gay, white man. Lucille Clifton, African-American woman. And I was fortunate enough to work with her at the Squaw Valley Community of Writers. And I encourage you guys, okay, just get involved with the poetry community as quickly as you can. Send your stuff out. If you get rejection slips, paste them on the wall, and apply to go to seminars and poetry events and workshops. Okay, this is Lucille Clifton. Poem in praise of menstruation. If there is a river more beautiful than this, bright as the blood, red edge of the moon, if there is a river more faithful than this, returning each month to the same delta, if there is a river braver than this, coming and coming in a surge of passion, of pain, if there is a river more ancient than this, daughter of Eve, mother of Cain and of Abel, if there is in the universe such a river, there is somewhere water more powerful than this wild water. Pray that it flows also through animals, beautiful and faithful and ancient and female and brave. This is the title poem of Clifton's book, Blessing the Boats. May the tide that is entering even now the lip of our understanding carry you out beyond the face of fear. May you kiss the wind, then turn from it, certain that it will love you back. May you open your eyes to water, water waving forever, and may you in your innocence sail through this to that. The earth is a living thing. So here again is renewal. The earth is a living thing, is a black shambling bear, ruffling its wild back and tossing mountains into the sea. Is a black hawk circling the burying ground, circling the bones picked clean and discarded. Is a fish, black, lined in the belly of water, is a diamond lined in the black belly of coal, is a blackened living thing, is a favorite child of the universe. Feel her rolling her hand in its kinky hair, feel her brushing it clean. Lucille Clifton. So I thought I'd start with a couple of early morning poems, which are called odes, okay, in the English tradition of some of the Renaissance poems, writing poems celebrating the beginning of the day again and the dawn and new possibility. I'm always interested in everybody's creative metabolism. Okay, what is your circumstance of creative production? And some people can write late at night, they need that kind of stillness. I am an early morning writer. I kind of need the space of possibility, and I need my energy after sleep. And I write in bursts. Some people are able to write a little bit every day and bring their writing into their daily lives. And I so wish that I were that kind of writer, but I am not. Okay, when I'm in a creative mode and writing, I almost it's a nurturing kind of place and site, and I give to my poems the same kind of nurturing that I give to my children when I was raising them, and that I give to my grandchildren, and that I give to my work. But I can't do it all at the same time. And those of you who can, I really admire.